I've always wanted to say this. G'day sport. And it is really a very, very good day to be in Australia, because last night the Lions beat the Wallabies. How happy am I? And we've got another good reason to be in Australia, because we've got another all-conquering British product, the all-new Range Rover Sport, and we're going to put it through its paces in the outback. So for this very special test down under, I've got myself a very special co-pilot to join me. I think you might just recognise him. Lawrence Delagio, great to see you, fella.
Ken, how are you?
I'm pretty good, and as you can see, we've got lots of similarities, me and the big fella. I've got to actually build him up a bit yet, but first and foremost, Lawrence is actually in a very good position to talk Range Rover, because he is an owner by choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time now to go and put the car and ourselves through our paces. We're now going into my expertise as a former back, and that's a little bit of running practice in open rugby. Are you ready, Lawrence?
I'm ready, Ken.
We were born ready. Here we go.
Let's do it. Very skillful passing there, Ken. I'm very impressed. Little dummy there.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's it.
We're moving now.
Bit of a side step.
The pace is coming up.
And scoring the try, please.
Oh, we're down.
Excellent.
Yeah! It's going to tee this down here.
There you go.
And hold on, I'm doing the Johnny Wilkinson here. Are you ready? So, 54,000. The weight of the Lions on my shoulder.
Straight through, never in doubt.
What can I say, Lawrence? We are now winning.
Congratulations.
Come on. Welcome to the real Australia. Behind us is the Great Dividing Range, which seems a pretty apt place to bring the all-new Range Rover Sport. And this magnificent gentleman here is Paul Shillingworth. Is this the true Australia that people often don't see?
This place here is the most beautiful place, and we're on a range, the Great Dividing Range, which is very important to the Aboriginal people.
In the traditional days, how far would an Aborigine walk?
Well, 6 to 8 hours.
So they just simply moved to wherever the food was. How many days would they be away?
Months.
Months?
Months, yeah, moving around to different areas.
Having sampled the delights of the Range Rover Sport, would you prefer to walk home, or would you prefer us to give you a lift home, Paul?
Go in style.
Go in style.
Yes.
I think on something like that, that is good. Never ever before have I had my own orchestra in the back. This is something totally different. Play on in the back, Paul. It's a rather fitting end to our epic adventure down under. We've just crossed the finish line at the famous Bathurst racing circuit. It is the perfect place to finish, because I think this car is a winner. You, of course, are a Range Rover owner of 10 years, but you're the traditional Range Rover. What do you think of the little baby brother now in new form, and could you be tempted to change?
It's a fantastic car, and well, I'm tempted now to change to the Sport. I mean, you know a lot more about these cars than I do, but certainly the weight and reducing it by nearly half a ton is makes it much more agile. I mean, if you think about the essence of what a sport, what a sportsman's all about, it's about being dynamic and having that agility as well to do, to change and be flexible when things change in front of you. And this car, has all the attributes of a top sportsman.
For me, it is the ultimate all-rounder.
This has all the hallmarks of everything that's luxurious about the about the Range Rover, but obviously not losing anything or gaining massively in terms of its capability performance-wise.
The other thing I like as well is there are lots of similarities with its big brother, the Range Rover, but there are also some really nice subtle differences. I love how they've given it a more sporting front center console. It has that slope, and also they've replaced the little dial knob for the gear change to a much sportier, proper gear lever, which will suit, I think, the enthusiasts a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a sports car, you want to feel that you've got something to move it into sports mode, and you know, that for me absolutely works. And as you say, the way that they've designed the middle console gives the driver and the passenger the feeling that you're in a sports vehicle, that you're going to be moving around at some speed.
Everything leads you back to the simple thing that this is the car with no compromise. It's a car that will give you everything you could look for and several things you couldn't imagine a car like this could do.
They've taken all the very best of what they've created over that period of time, and they've put it into this car, and they've added to it you know, the innovation and the technology and the functionality that's been driving Land Rover for many years. So you know, they've put the very best of everything into this one car, which is what makes it so fantastic.
Lawrence, it's been a pleasure, because it started off really well at the Suncorp Stadium, watching the Lions beat the Wallabies, where we only got slightly excited and I nearly had a heart attack, and that set the tone for this. But I think that what we've seen over the last few days is two winners.
Absolutely, two very big winners. I mean, the Lions have done the business on at Suncorp Stadium, and this car, the new Range Rover Sport, has done the business wherever we've taken it across Australia.
I think that's a perfect way to end.
Top man, thanks.
Great time with you.